Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to week 7. It's crazy how fast we're going. So yay for you guys because that means you're almost done with another block of courses. So congratulations. So this week, again, I just wanted to touch base on kind of where we're at and what we have left. Just so you know, I am in the process of looking at the what's in your toolbox small virtual meetings, and they are fabulous because, of course, you know me. I love to see your faces for those of you who are showing them, and then just to hear your voices and really hear the great instructional strategies that you guys are sharing with each other. And what I love about this assignment is each year I learn something new. And usually there's at least one, if not two things that I will grab and use in adult learning theory or some other course, within the next school year and within the next time that I teach. So I want to say thank you to everyone for those ideas and those strategies that you're sharing. And not only that, but then the way you're making the connections to adult learners, because oftentimes we'll take these strategies like cooperative learning or Socratic dialogue or higher order thinking questions. And they are something that we are going to see, no matter what level of education, training, facilitating that we're doing. But you do a nice job then making the deliberate connections to adults and why they're important. So another thing I really love about the small group gatherings are the way you guys ask each other questions. And you say really great supportive things, but then you're also willing to ask what might be a tough question, like what does the research say about that? And why do you think that is an important strategy to use with adult learners? So I really appreciate those more critical questions as well that groups have been asking one another. So you guys are doing a lovely job. Now, what we have left in our short time together, this week you will need to be finishing up your comprehensive exam Google Doc. And just remember, you will need 15 words minimum, 5 from each unit. Now, I've looked at everybody's the first go around where you had to have at least 7. So, we need at least 8 more. And I gave a lot of feedback on that first check-in. So please make sure you use that feedback. And if there are questions or there were terms that I said, I'm going to need you to redo the example, please make sure you redo the example, because I will look at them again. Just because I've looked at the 7 doesn't mean my eyes aren't going to go over them again. I truly believe that the Google Doc comp exam form can be a very valuable tool for you, mainly because when we think about adult learning, it is a little bit more isolated as far as courses go, because there's nothing that really truly builds on it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's kind of like this separate course. And so it's really nice, I think, to have the Google Doc so that if or when you see a question on your comprehensive exam about adult learning theory, this is something that you have to pull out. So hopefully you are finding use in it as well. The other thing that I need you to be thinking about is we have our online learning, just that little self-check. So if you can make sure that you take the time to make sure that's complete, and hopefully that information, I know not everyone is doing some kind of online learning, but you may in the future. And for those of you who are training or doing professional development, you may have staff, or you may have people that you're working with in other companies that are across the country, and we may have to do something online. So I just don't want you to ever think it's not going to happen for you, because it might. And then we have of course, the final project. And so as a reminder, please email me and let me know what your idea is, because I would just like to double check and make sure that it is an idea that looks like it will work, that it's in the adult learning setting, and then of course it's not something that you have done already. So if you could email me if you haven't done that yet. And then just remember with this project that to take a look at the directions that are in the syllabus. So we're looking at, sharing the purpose and who the audience is, identifying your learner outcomes, your instructional strategies, your methods and tools for assessment. You need to make sure that you use at least one of the adult learning tools between chapters 13 and 18. And then, of course, you're going to have many more strategies than that, just that one, but you have to use at least one from the text. And then, of course, your scholarly references to the course material and a minimum of 2 sources connected to adult learning theory. Now, really, 2 sources isn't very many, so feel free to grab more. And you guys have been writing papers excuse me, for the last, 6 weeks for me. So you have a lot of information kind of already stored up here. Make sure you check out the rubric and use that as a guide. And then any questions that you may have, please just make sure you let me know. I'm not going to read papers early or anything like that, but if there is a specific question you have, a specific section of the paper, and by section I mean like paragraph, that you want me to look at, I would be happy to look at that for you. So let's see here. I'm just looking at my list. So I think that that's all. But just remember this week, we'll be finishing up the comprehensive exam notebook. You'll be taking care of the andragogy online learning. And then during our 8th week, we can be working on that, on your final project and making sure that all of our ducks are in a row. And one other thing I would like to do, and I'm going to add a little, just a discussion board, little chat, but if anybody would like to participate, but I would like you to revisit the, excuse me, the adult learning style inventory that you took at the beginning of our course. And just if you just have a minute between now and the end of class, just kind of hop on there and tell us what's changed. Tell us what stayed the same. If you've had any aha moments, and I'll write this out, but I would really like to know. It used to be that I incorporated this into another virtual meeting. And so we had the opportunity to talk about it. But since we don't have that second or that last virtual meeting anymore, I don't really have a real space to talk about it. So I would like to, like I said, create the discussion board. So if you could just drop us a line, let us know kind of where you started, where you are now, and that would be great to hear from everybody. Okay, so have a great, wonderful week. Let me know if you have any questions, and we will talk soon. Okay, bye.